everyone, I am very excited to show you this lovely book. Well, I assume it's lovely, haven't opened it yet, which I have been sent by lovely Ellie. Ellie, I don't know you. Well, I probably do, but I don't know who you are on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, so I haven't been able to send you a sort of personal note. So I may, by the time this video goes out, I may have found you, but I just want to say thank you so much. That's so very, very kind of you to send a lovely gift. So let's just pop that to the side. I'm going to pop my light on in a minute. I haven't got it on because this book's quite shiny, so we'll just have a little look at the cover. Now this is a Hanna Karlzon book, Grains of Gold. Now it is a compilation book, so it's got 83 favourites and 11 new drawings. So I was sort of attracted to it thinking, oh, people's favourites or maybe her favourites, I'm not sure, and some new ones as well. So it's a larger, one of her slightly larger size books. It's still not as large as, say, a Johanna Basford, because hers is square, but not as small as the Witch's Cottage and Forest Kingdom series. It's got the lovely gold fabric-y feeling binding on the spine. It's in gold. And here it says, best of book from Daydream, Summer Nights, Magical Dawn, Seasons, Jury Book, Box and Spirit Animals, and 11 brand new drawings. It's really exciting, so we're going to have a look. I shall just pop my light on. I'll open it first so we don't get dazzled by the glare of the from the metallic on the front. So these end papers are a different colour. We've got a lovely olivey green. Normally her end papers are black, so that's interesting. So let's have a little look at what we've got. We've got a cute little mouse holding a key. Very nice. And this is a 2021 book. So if you've got any of the other books listed, then you may have most of these pictures already, but there, as it said, there are 11 new ones, which is exciting, and these are supposed to be the sort of best ones. So we'll see what's in it, and it will allow you to have a look and think, well, maybe if you haven't got any Hanna Karlzon books, this might be a good one to get, or maybe if you've got a few, or you've got some really favourite pictures, it might be a way to get copies of those again, if they're in here. But let's have a look. We've got a lovely, this book belongs to little figure, but nice little jewel and things. There's always a lot of jewels in Hannah's books. Now, ooh, we have a couple, I guess. I'm guessing, I don't know, may not be. Lovely pair. It's really nice to have a male figure. Obviously with the moustache, because we don't normally get those. We normally get females a lot colour, so I think that's quite fun and different. So to have that one, it's lovely. Now I'm getting less scared of colouring people too, thanks to Hanna Karlzon books, so that's really good. I'm not feeling confident enough to do a tutorial of a big face like this, but I'm really enjoying learning and colouring them more and more, which is fabulous. Oh, here we have, is this from City Among the Stars? I thought that was a very new book. Just checking on the back. It doesn't have that listed. Maybe it's just a new one. But that's really sort of interesting. So it's very spacey, very different. And that looks a bit scary, doesn't it? But we've got a sort of galaxy type sky with planets and stars that's really different and very interesting. I think her Tales from the City Among the Stars, I think it's called, is coming out in March in the UK. This video, by the time this video goes out, because I'm working quite a long way ahead at the minute, it would have come out, I'm sure, already. So that's interesting. But I feel that these are the sort of pictures I would expect to find in that book. I think I've seen a flip through book some time ago. Oh, these are very beautiful ladies. I love colouring hair, so that's really fun. But as I say, skin is scary, but I'm really beginning to really enjoy it and enjoying practicing it. So that's great. And Hannah's paper, I find, now I've always said it's the best paper but I've come across another book which I think might be better, but I've only tried it with 2 brands of pencil, so I can't be absolutely sure, but it's quite interesting. And it's quite a small book. It's a French book. You would have seen I think, yeah, you would have seen my review of it. And but I don't know if the other books in the series have the same paper or not, and they're not by the same author, so I'm sort of slightly reluctant to get them all, which you know, it's nice to get them all really, isn't it? But just in case it's different on the others, so I don't know. Anyway, let's come back to this book. So we've got this really cute cat. Look, we've got TNT there, so that's really fun. So you can do sort of fire and sparkles, lots of good fun, lots of dots of sparkly pen, things like that, so that's fun. He's got this boiler suit on. I think he's really good fun. I love his shoes. I don't know why. Madness, just love the shoes. Now she's a bit scary-ish. She's got a beautiful face, but look, she's got this she's got cat ears and a I like that. I think that's really interesting, and goggles. It's nice. It's not steampunk, but it's sort of ish, industrial, I suppose. Ooh, and I've got a boat. Now I'm wondering which ones of these are original and new. I really don't know. Because I'm not that familiar with Hannah's books, although I'm lucky enough to have a lot of them. They're quite new to me. So like if it was just a Hannah book, I would know which books they came from and whether they were new or not to the book, but I really don't know. But look, they've got lovely fur. I'm trying to learn more techniques with fur, again from Hannah books. But I like this boat. We've got lots of wood to do. I like doing wood, maybe gold, or maybe just sort of intricate carving and water. You don't often get water like that in Hannah's books, so that's rather fun. We've got lots of stars. There's lots of scope with the sky. Probably a quick bit of pastel, to be honest. This one I've coloured actually. I think it's from Daydreams, and it was the first one I did with skin tone. So although I was really pleased with it, it'd be nice to have another go later and improve, because I'm sure I will with practice. These are so cute. I think I recognise these as well. They are lovely. I haven't done owls yet, but I do enjoy colouring owls, so I'm sure soon I will. Now we have a lovely hare. Lots and lots of flowers going on, which is quite nice because some people don't like leaves and flowers on animals. They prefer just to colour them as they are. And you could white that out or just ignore it, colour over it. But what I like is if you're not confident in fur, you don't have to do it because, well, it's a little bit, but you know, you can imagine, or you can do this not even as if it was fur, you could do it green as if it was grass or anything, you know, so it helps give you maybe a scope to do something a little bit different that might be more in your comfort zone. This one's lovely. just very pretty flowers. There's lots of scope for all sorts of colour going on there. Now we have this lady. Now I like here, so her plait starts here and it sort of disappears for ages and then comes out here. So it's definitely a double page. Got quite detailed bits, which I think sometimes is really good fun. Sometimes I don't want to do a detailed picture and sometimes I do. It's really nice to have a mix, a choice, really. Oh, I've done this little guy. He's in Daydreams, isn't he? And he's cute. So he was the first one I did, I think. So again, it'd be nice to have a go again later. You know, maybe a while, not that soon, but to have another go. And I love colouring mushrooms toadstool, so it's great fun. Although I think I found that one of the lines didn't quite go right down. I had to guess, but that's okay. Now we have a tattooed lady. Now I like these. With the tattoos you can choose. You can decide to either colour them in lots of bright colours or just leave them as they are. And just colour skin over the top and just leave them as black. So you have a choice there, which I think is rather fun. She's quite small and detailed, but that's okay. Now we have a more of an underwatery one, which I think can be great fun because we've got all sorts of different shapes. We've got shells and excuse me, seaweed and things like that, and fish, which is good fun. Lots of scope for different sorts of colours, you know, which I like. And lovely lady, very pretty. And look at her earring is an anchor, which I absolutely love. That's fantastic fun. We have a crown. I do like colouring crowns, but I have to be in the mood because there's so much metallic and gemstone. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't be doing with that. And sometimes I'm like, let's just go for it and do it. So I do like colouring metal, and it's just, but that's very pretty. And such a cute kitten looking up at the snail. Lovely. Another pair. With birds, which is rather nice. Lots of hair to colour, lots of fun there. And we have a bit more shoulder and neck to do, which to be a little bit more challenging, which I think is good. Oh yes, this lady has got a lot of hair. Look at all that. And of course, I tend to always colour hair brown. My hair's brown. Well, used to be. It's grey. Sort of browny grey. But you can colour hair any colour. My niece has got blue hair at the moment, which is rather fun. So, you know, there's lots of scope there. And even do the skin in a sort of purple. Pink hair, purple skin. Maybe. Who knows? Lovely keys. Just a bit of fun. A more simple design, which I think sometimes can be good, but also be good practice for your metallics. And you can do a bit of a background, some sort of sparkly thing, or a dark background, just set off the keys or something like that, if you want to. Or you can just leave it. Oh, this is pretty. So we've got lots of insects, butterflies, caterpillars, beetles, things like that, and beautiful florals. There are some florals that are the same, so you could do them the same colours like these two, or you could just do everything different. Really bright and colourful. Lovely clover flower there, which I really like colouring. So lots of fun to be had there. And we have beautiful toadstools growing out of this house, so very pretty. And this lovely lady with these sort of, I never work out their, I think they're lilies, aren't they? Sometimes irises and lilies look similar, but I'm pretty sure they're lilies. But I don't actually know what these are. And Hanna colours so many of these. I don't know what this, draws, I mean, so many of these, but I don't know. Now another lovely lady. Look at these necklaces, really pretty. Lots of hair again to do, and all of these lovely I do like colouring the flowers like this that she draws, but I just don't know what they are. Oh, we've been on to birds. So we've got a pair of, I'm thinking swans, could be geese, but I'm thinking swans. And a lovely jewel with lots of sort of shimmery shine. I can imagine me doing lots of sort of sparkly glitter pen dots around there. You know, and you know, you can, this looks like it's a sort of sleeve of gold, but it could just end there, I suppose. It could just be a little like a necklace. I think that's how I would do it, but I might do them grey rather than white, so they stand out a little bit. And we have a page of lots of fun bugs to do, which is rather nice. I think that one, I did one very much like that in Summer Nights, on the title page, maybe. Don't know. Anyway, oh, a snake. We've always got to have a snake, haven't we, Hannah? He's not too bad. I think I could cope with that. Maybe a bit later. Now she's very pretty. So much detail going on with all the florals, but actually less daunting than having to do all that is skin. You could do it like a polar neck sweater with a colour behind if you'd rather do it rather than a skin tone. You know, there's options there. These are very pretty. A little bit more larger size petals and things if you fancy something that isn't quite so intricate, which is rather nice. Now here we have lovely, these are like sunflowers I would colour them as, although these look like leaves behind rather than petals, but obviously you could do it however you wish. Lovely caterpillar. And the centre looks intricate, but you could just colour it over. You don't need to colour each circle separately. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably colour it darker to lighter, or maybe the other way around. Not sure. Oh, we just got some post. And now we have, I love this rabbit. His eye looks so big, like he's eyeing up these woohoo gems, because it is a double page. But rather, it looks detailed, but what I would do with this page is probably pick out something like, say, the mushrooms and do all of those first, and then maybe do all of the flowers, maybe do the sky, the background maybe, and then once you've picked out a few details and done a little bit, it feels a lot less daunting, I find. Oh, honeycomb bees. But look, gemstones in here. That's so much fun. They're rather nice. They'll be good. I enjoy that one. And houses. Lots of Hanna houses. And this page, you can just pick one and do it and then put it away for a while. You know, if you want a little bit, just a little bit of colouring. She's rather pretty, isn't she? Look at these florals in her hair. Really lovely. And some cute birds. They are so nice. Now, she's got a star look in her eye. That's interesting. I guess you can colour it whatever colour you want, because that pupil's black, but this one isn't. I'd probably do it black. But who knows, when I come around to doing it, I may change my mind. I've got a lot of blank bit here, because it is a double page. Her hair goes across. To just do what you wish. Probably some pastel. Easy. Quick. Oh, little cat with wings. So cute. So cute. This one's nice too. A little bit more simple for me, I think. So that would be fun if I was in the mood for doing something that, you know, doesn't feel so daunting. And we have 3 bugs here. Again, although each one is quite complex, if you just did one at a time, it wouldn't take quite so long. Sorry, my nose keeps running. She's very pretty. Now the florals, look, you can choose whether you think they're coming from her or over her or in front of her. You know, you can do it, use your imagination a little bit, which I think is fun. Oh, look at all these lovely, pretty glass bottles and things. Now glass can be quite daunting. I have done a series of perfume bottle tutorials to try and show you how you could do it to make it a little easier. I did use my Castle Art metallic pencils, which I found made it a little bit easier for me. But you can use any pencils really, and it's just a matter of getting some shine on there and things like that. But here we go. I'm up for practicing some more. She's very pretty, isn't she? This headdress, really nice. And florals. Now I started off colouring Johanna Basford, so that's the reason I don't really know about doing skin tone, but it's rather nice to have quite a lot of people in Hanna books because it just makes them different. Now this is like a cake stand, isn't it, with a lid, but we've got a little mushroom, very nice, and lovely berries. That's fun, really fun. Oh, this is like, for me this is Easter. Look at the daffodils and the chicks. They are so cute. So cute. Do you think they're king and queen? Little crowns on. Oh, a witchy Halloween one. That's fun. Yeah. And this one as well. Obviously you would have to, I think, do a black cat for Halloween, I'm guessing. I don't know. But I haven't had much practice at colouring Hannah's animals yet. But she puts the fur on for us a little bit, which is very helpful. So thank you for that. And then we have, oh yes, a girl walking a very large cat, or is it a very small girl with a normal sized cat? Who knows? But rather fun. She looks a little bit serious. I want to get a bit more practice to doing faces, so maybe I could make them look a bit happier. Don't like sad faces. Anyway, we'll see. Now this one, quite more simple, but rather fun. And it can be quite complex doing a rose, actually. So, but you can choose to make it as simple or complex as you wish when you colour. Oh, now I'm thinking goose, lots of feathers to colour, jewellery, crown, really good fun. Now, she's got like scaly top, or I don't know, nice leaves. She's very pretty, but these look like tears, and I would try to make them not look like tears because I don't want her to look sad. Now we have 2 insects with a chain, a very pretty. Oh, Christmas. Christmas has come. We have lovely candy canes cute little mice and all sorts of goodies that can be done really shiny and pretty. Lovely, that'll be fun. Oh, and a key, lovely tassel to do. Oh, that's such a cute picture. She looks like she's so in love with her kitty cat. So sweet. It's quite a big cat. That's okay. And we have a bird. He looks a little bit angry. I'd have to make his eyes look a little bit happier. He's got a watch, which is fun. And I find it fascinating. It says dream on it in English. So does Hannah change her books? Because obviously she's not English. I don't know. This is fun, little terrarium, little box. And this is a fun pattern, just a sort of simple wallpaper type design. Some people really dislike these. I don't. I have to be in the mood, but if I'm in the mood for not having to pick lots of colours, so it's a bit wanting something a bit more monotonous and just, you know, colouring away, perfect for me. So that's rather nice. Oh, another one where look how much they love each other. So sweet, like my niece and her cat. Oh. We have a very nice looking bug. It's very nice wings. Look at those. And the jewelled body. That's rather fun. And some pendants, I suppose, from necklaces. Lovely faces. Again, look a bit sad. But anyway. So we have a sort of house scene, garden, I guess, with a tree and things. That's rather pretty. Nice house. I'm getting used to doing buildings. Hannah's doing more buildings. And a lovely lady with some birds. Are they untying her or tying her up with these pretty bows? I don't mean tying her up, but you know, are they making her pretty? Now I've done a video with these, actually colouring these. These are from Jewellery Box, and I really enjoyed doing those, so I can do them again. Yay! Well, that's pretty. It's a sort of almost Valentine's-y type picture, isn't it? I like that. Little happy cat. Very sweet. Oh, lovely lady. Oh, that's pretty. Just a bunch of florals. Obviously you can go wild with colour if you want to, and a pot however you wish, whether you want to do porcelain or metallic. I'd probably go for metallic. Oh, a unicorn. Oh, he's so cute. Look at that. No rainbow. That's really nice. I like that. Oh, look at him looking. Sweeties. Oh, look, she's got them here. How interesting. And some lollies in her hair. That's fun. And she's having a look. It's almost like it's a double page, but not quite, isn't it? What fun. Ooh, a very steampunky bug here. And a lovely steampunky lady. Interesting. I know some people are really into their steampunk. She's got some... Oh, that's fabulous. Fabulous fun. Oh, she's nice. She's just fun. I like her. Simple, I think. It makes her fun. A lemur. A ring-tailed lemur, aren't you? Oh. Oh, so cute. Oh, it's a fat cat. He's so cute. I like him. Now, where are they? Look at that. They've got candles on their head. Where are they off to? Interesting. Lots of nice mushrooms to colour. Oh, and we have two figures with dogs. Or wolves? Dogs? Probably dogs. I don't know. And we've got the sunshine here and the moon here, so we could do two contrasting pages. Maybe that would be interesting and fun. And a beautiful peacock at the end. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to colour a picture from here. I'm wondering whether to just do this small daffodil or whether to do one of the bugs. I just have a quick look and have a think and come back and get some pencils and get organised. Hold on a minute. Right, I thought I would do this page. the this book belongs to page, and I've grabbed actually all my Derwent pencils that I think I own. Quite a lot, from various different sets, but I think that the colours actually are the same across different sets. So if I use, say, this one, which is a Coloursoft peach, then it will be the same as a peach in a set that you might have, perhaps. So that's where I'm actually going to start. Now I have got Chromaflow Coloursoft Drawing, Studio, yeah, and Lightfast. So I've got a big range. And what I found is, I'm just going to sharpen this, is that I'm thinking it's going to be quite nice to mix up my sets. This is for a few reasons. Partly the Lightfast and Derwent Drawing sets are both Lightfast, which means they have a slightly limited range of colours. So the Chromaflow aren't Lightfast. I don't need a Lightfast set really. So because the Chromaflow aren't Lightfast, they've got some brighter, bolder colours. So it's nice to mix in. Same with the Coloursoft. So I'm just starting this skin. I'm going to make her a little bit more pink. I'm just grabbing, so I'm mixing them up. So I don't usually mix sets up, but I'm hoping it will just sort of work. So this is the Salmon from the Chromaflow. I'm just going to mix that in to just make her a little bit pinker. I'm still learning skin tone. I said in my flip through I'm not going to do a tutorial on skin tone. I'm not really. I'm just sort of colouring it in really. It's not a proper tutorial. It's just to show you how it might look coloured. There we go. Now so she's a little bit darker and a little bit pinker. And what I want is a bit of a dark colour under her in some areas where there's shadow. I'm going to use this Dusky Pink, which is a Lightfast. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough. Oh, it is. It's a bit darker. So I'm thinking on the edges she might be a little bit darker where there'd be a bit of shade. And particularly in the nose bit there. Now the thing I find with Derwent is that they're quite thick, the leads. I know lead isn't the right word, but I think you know what I mean. Which means that you have to keep sharpening them if you want a fine point, which is fine if you're happy to do that. Now her lips, I was going to pick this colour. It's rather pretty. It's called Rose and it's from the Coloursoft range. I'm not going to write a list of pencils, I don't think, because it's going to be confusing. I might do Rose and just brighten those up a little bit. It's a bit bright, isn't it? That's very bright. I don't like that. I'm going to erase that a little bit. That's better. I like it now. That's good. Right, let's do her hair. Now, I tend to do brown hair. I'm just looking at what browns I've got. I've got some nice brown in the Derwent. Is that it? Yeah, this brown ochre I rather like as a base. So this is the Derwent Drawing pencil. And I'm not going to do any sort of shading on her hair at the minute. I'm just going to put this down. Now with Derwents, I also find that they leave a lot of white. So if you do a layer like I'm doing, I could come in a little bit closer actually. That's as close as I can come. I can't get my book much further up the desk. You can see the paper through. Now that is quite good because it means you can layer and layer. But I find that a Derwent blending pencil can come in handy if you want it to look really smooth. The Derwent blender works really well with the Derwent pencils. You would expect that, but it doesn't pores mean, you know. I think the Prismacolor blender also works well with Derwent pencils, just because I haven't had a blender. My husband just bought me one, but I haven't had a Derwent blender for a while because I ran it out. And I've been using my Prisma one and it's worked as well. So that's worth noting if you've only got a Prisma one. But I would sort of say probably the Derwent would be better with Derwent, if that makes, you know, that's what it's made for. But now her hair is quite similar to her skin colour really, not completely, but a little bit. So I'm going to darken it up in a minute, but this is just a base because it's a lovely warm earthy colour. I really like it, this one. This might be one in the Lightfast set, I'm not sure, but I find the drawing pencils are softer. I use them for a background, well I used them for a whole page the other day, and I thought I'd just do a quick scribbly background and see what happens, and if it's rubbish I'll just put some pastel on top, and it was so quick. I couldn't believe how quick it was to do a background, a pencil background, and basically I went over the whole page with one colour and it looked fine. I didn't blend it or anything. It was a yellow, so it can sometimes be a bit more forgiving. And then I did the edges in a slightly darker one and went back over with the background colour again a few times, so it was probably only about 4 layers and the background was done, which was very quick, so that was fun. And I was pleased with how it looked as well, which obviously is important. Just being quick is not good if you're not happy with how it looks. But you know I'm a quick colourist anyway, but it can be quite, just realising that I need to do her eyebrow a little bit, but we'll make that darker so it stands out. Yeah, so if you wanted to do fur or something, I think you would need some of the Derwent Studio. I'll show you, these are the much harder, thinner pencils. This green is probably not the best for fur. I think I've got a sepia, but we might use that actually in a bit. So those are better for small lines. So maybe with Derwent you need to mix it up a bit, but I've never found I needed the Studio. I've only got on 2 because my local art shop was closing and everything was on sale, and I didn't realise. I popped in and I just grabbed a few pencils, you know, because you do when they're on sale, and you know, of course. But I find them too hard really, but I'm thinking that sepia would be good for maybe this hair when we get a bit further on. So that is what I tend to do normally, is a basic background, and it looks a bit, yeah, it's fine, but I'm going to make it look better. Now I want a darker brown. I'm looking in my Derwent, I've got a chocolate that's a bit too brown, too dark for what I want. I've got a Van Dyck brown there. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the Van Dyck brown from the Lightfast set. Here it is. I don't think I've got, yeah, in the drawing set we go to chocolate, which is a bit dark. So now I can darken up a bit. So with hair, I tend to now go to each strand. Well, I say strand, they're sort of clumps, aren't they? They're not single strands. That would be very hard to colour. So I try and make it darker and a bit lighter in the middle to sort of make it look like it's got a bit of shine. Nice hair, not like mine, but nice hair has lovely shine. My hair now. My poor son, he's inherited my thick, wiry hair. He moans at me like it's my fault. But he has got his dad, he's ginger. And we don't know where he got that from. So he just hates his hair. Poor boy. He's not, he gets more ginger, he goes blonde in the summer if he's out in the sun, which he doesn't tend to do very much. I'm sort of fading it now towards the centre of this bit. Now you could sort of do it in an organised, well-planned fashion and think, well, this bit's a bit higher so it'd be catching the light, which coincidentally it is, but this bit is lower, you know. I just do it how I see fit and have fun with it, and it ends up looking okay and I enjoy it. Which is what it's all about. But yeah, so I don't know where he's got his ginger from. I used to be ginger until I was about 2. So he blames me, but actually his uncle is ginger, so it might have come from there, but of course it's always my fault. He was having a moan at me again this morning because he was tired, and I said, well, you should go to bed earlier if you're tired, and he's like, no, it's because it's too early. I'm like, you're not making any sense, child. I can't go to sleep if I go to bed early. And I'm like, well, if you're tired in the morning, then you need to train yourself to go to sleep earlier. Anyways, he'll be 18 soon. As soon as he finishes college, he'll be picking his own bedtime, and I won't be able to say a thing, and it'll just be completely up to him. So I'm making these little clumps shiny in the middle. I love shiny hair. I find it's a fine line with my hair because it's so dry, it's curly, so you can't get it, doesn't look like this. No one's hair looks quite like this. Anyway, but if I try and make it shiny, it can look greasy, even though it isn't, you know, so I have to be careful. I did speak to a hairdresser about whether Afro products would suit my really frizzy, dry hair, but she said they're very, very heavy on hair, and so, see, I think that should be a bit of hair. Hang on. I'm just going to use that ochre to colour it in because it looks like I didn't do it. But she said no, they'd be too heavy. But I'm just trying some new brands actually, and some techniques and things, so we'll see what happens. But maybe I should just, I noticed that looking at my hair in the mirror, and I was like to my son, I've got a really big white bit here, and he said, Mum, your hair's all white. I was like, no, it's not. I don't know if I can show you in camera. I can't, it's not long enough. But it's got a lot of grey in it, but it's not completely white. And I found this whole clump that was just white right in the middle at the front. But never mind. I'm used to dye my hair. I'm not worried about it. I don't feel like I need to look younger than I am to change how I feel about myself. You know, I want to feel younger, but changing my hair colour isn't going to do that. I need to get fitter. That's what I need to do. And I haven't been doing yoga for a little while. My back was really sore. I've got sciatica. And I was worried that it was the yoga that might have made it worse, although I had it before I started doing it. But yesterday I looked at some physio exercises online for sciatica, and they were the sort of things I've been doing in my yoga. Actually, I was doing some Pilates, and so I decided that actually it's got nothing to do with the yoga and I need to just get back to it. So last night after doing that, it's actually quite near bedtime, but I just did some Pilates. You're not supposed to exercise just before bed because it wakes you up too much, but this was Pilates. It was lower back stretching. It was really gentle. Now we've done half, you can have a look at what a difference it makes putting this colour on the ends of the hair rather than just having it one colour. So I find it's worth it. Yeah, so I did these gentle stretches, and actually the night before last I would struggle to sleep. I woke up in pain, but last night I didn't. I woke up, I was sore, and then I remembered the exercises that I'd seen on the physio video to sort of relax your back muscles and I did those, and they helped me go back to sleep. So that was very, very useful. So I don't really want to sort of tell you because I'm not a practitioner. You have to do it properly. But if you look up, if you have sciatica, you look up sciatica and NHS, which is our National Health Service, physio, there's a series of videos for different types of sciatica. I had no idea there were different types, depending on whether you've got a slip disc or a herniated disc, or if it's just a sort of tight trapped nerve or what. I didn't know there were different types. So I watched them all. Basically, part of the idea is to try and put your lower back, if you're lying on your back, your lower back, try and press it down towards the ground. Sorry, I've just got to wipe my nose. So that you can stretch out those muscles, but obviously do it very gently, and if it hurts, stop. So that's the advice. So that's what I was trying in bed, and it worked. And that's what quite a lot of my Pilates is too. Now, my Pilates is an app. Now, I'm not an affiliate or anything for this app, but it's Deliciously Ella, and her app has lots of recipes, plant-based recipes, and but also exercise. And there's lots of yoga classes, there's Pilates and cardio. Now, I do need to start doing cardio, but I'm just building up slowly. I really want to get stronger. And and it's about, I think I paid £20 for a year. It was really quite cheap. They put their price down recently because of the people not being able to afford things. So I actually got it for the recipes, because although I don't follow recipes, it gives me ideas. You know, I do my own thing. But so I got it for that. But yeah, it's a good app. So I don't know how much it is though now, because I think I got it on a special deal. And there is a free trial, so you can go and have a little look and see what you think of it. But yeah, so I've been doing that. But yesterday I was listening to a podcast about aging, and the chap talking was what's his name? Yeah, it might come to me in a minute. He was being sort of interviewed in the podcast, and he's written a book on aging, or how to age well, sort of thing. Right, I'm going to go for an even darker colour. I'm going to grab the chocolate now from my drawing set. It's a really nice, intense, dark colour, and just use it on the ends. I may need to sharpen in a bit. I just want a contrast of colour. I'd use it on the tips first, I think. Yeah, Mark Hyman, I think he's called. And he was talking about what to do to stop aging. And there are lots of things. He's got a book out. There are 10 different sort of things, but he was revealing some of them in the podcast. I think, you know, obviously he's not going to give it all away. You could buy the book. And one of them was about strength training. Apparently from the age of 30 onwards, we start to lose muscle mass every year quite quickly. But we can get it back by, I'm going to put a bit of shadow under there, by doing strength training. And he does resistance band work. But I'm just starting slowly with yoga. It's not really strength training. It's just sort of sculpting, and isn't it really, I think. But it helps balance, which is really important, because obviously at my age, well, I say obviously, at my age I'm fine. I can get up and down off the floor and things like that. If I trip over and fall down, which I do sometimes, I can get back up right away and laugh it off. I'm absolutely fine. But as we get older, if our core strength and our arm strength isn't good, go down, we can't pull ourselves back up. Or, you know, or because we can't catch ourselves with our arms, we're not strong enough, we can damage ourselves, break hips or things like that. Now, I'm not even 50 yet, so it seems a long way away, but I'm thinking I need to make sure that I, you know, use it or lose it, as they say. Now her eyebrow, I'm thinking of doing it quite dark. I'm quite amazed that my eyebrows are actually really dark, even though my hair is going white. I don't know whether eyebrows do go white. I don't know. I'll have to ask my mum. My mum's nearly completely white. Right, there is, I quite like that, but I want to do some singular strands. So as I said before, I've got this sepia, which is a Derwent Studio pencil. I'm going to make it even sharper than that and try and draw some little hair strands through. Now I finish. You would do this at the end. I don't know if it's going to show up. Or a little bit. You may not see it. It's not actually a very dark pencil. There we go. If you don't have Derwent, you could do this with a Staedtler pencil. It's quite hard. That would do quite hard. This is really not quite dark enough. A Prisma very thin. That would be really good. Those are great for whiskers and hairs and things like that. Yeah, I can't think of anything else offhand, but say these slightly thicker pencils wouldn't really do the trick. I'm going quite quickly because it's not really showing up. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, I want to do some strands in her eyebrow. I don't think it's going to really show up. Another way to add strands is to use a pen, a white pen or something. You can pop some through. You could take away these lines and put some white through. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. What I'm going to do is, because I've been going on for quite a while, I'm just going to finish her headdress and do the stars. And I might not do that ornate bit. I might do it. I don't know. So headdress, I'm thinking I want some metallic on this. I'm going to keep it easy and do it silver. But I'm just looking at what greys I've got. I've got a very good grey in the Lightfast. So yeah, the cloud grey, I think this is it, is actually looks metallic. It reflects the light. So I'm going to use that as my silver. So I'm going to do a bit of in here, and I'm going to actually colour all that grey in there. Like that, and then around the edge make it darker, because I want it to look a bit like there's a sort of rim around this, and this rim being slightly lighter. So I'm going to colour it a bit lighter here and actually leave some white shine, leave some paper like that. It's quite a cheaty, easy way to do it. Put a little bit under there. That's it. Okay, now the gemstones and the elastic. I'm thinking I quite like the gemstones to be very vibrant, and then I might put a bit of white pen on them to make them look shiny. What have we got? We have got, I want a really deep, here we go. This is a Lightfast violet, very deep, and might be a mistake, it almost merges into the hair. Now, because it's small, I'm doing the whole thing without any shading, and then I'm just going to put a white shine on it. There's black drawn on it here, which I could use as a guide for the white. Now I'm going to use that purple through. Actually, let's just come out. We've got these circles here. I'm going to try not to make it quite so just dark though. So putting a darker piece there and a bit lighter towards the middle to make it look a little bit more spherical. And same here. Now you could use a slightly lighter purple to make it fade, but I don't think I've really got one. Oh, I have. I've got a, what's that? I've got a lilac in my Chromaflow, but I think I'm just gonna keep it easy for myself and use just the one colour. Like this. She's looking wistfully up in the air, isn't she? I wonder what she's looking at. And then we've got a couple up here as well. And we've got this big main stone in the middle. Now I could do that a different colour, oops, but I think I'm going to keep it the same colour. And we've got a white bit drawn on it for shine, so I'm going to colour right over the top of that because it's easier to keep a more even colour than trying to just miss that little bit out. And I will draw some white on. Now I want it really deep on the edge and lighter in the middle. And just to deepen that edge, I'm going to grab a black, no, oh there's the black. I'm going to use the Midnight Black from the Lightfast. I don't know if you can see, you're a bit far away now. Just to do around the edge of this big one, just to try and emphasise that it's standing out a little bit from there. Okay, now we have, yeah, what I'm going to do with this sort of pattern is I'm going to use that same grey. I'm going to use the cloud grey all the way around in an even light-ish layer. And what I'd quite like to do is to just go around the edge in a slightly darker colour. I'm wondering if the sepia will work or whether it's too brown. I'm just gonna, I need a bit of rough paper. I don't have any, I need to scribble. Hang on, let's use this bit. Oh no, it's brown. No, that's no good. I scribbled on the bit of paper that's behind this page. So we need a darker, like a black. We've probably got a black, yeah, we've got a black in the Chromaflow, which is quite sharp. Use that. Yeah, I'm thinking of putting all my Derwents together in a zippy case so that I can use them interchangeably rather than just grabbing one set. I think I use them more because sometimes I think I'm a little bit limited colour-wise with some of my sets, particularly like the Lightfast, there aren't, and things like that. And I thought if I put them all in a case together and use them together, I can mix and match them. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. I've just done it with my Staedtlers. I think it'll work well. Some Staedtlers, I've got 4 of the same colour. A sort of design journey, a super soft design journey, a Noris and an Ergosoft. And for some of them I've only got 1. So it's quite interesting to see what's going on there with my different Staedtlers. And so I think it, and some of my sets that are in cardboard boxes and things, I use less because I like things to be in colour order when I use them so I can find things. And so I don't always use them as often as I should because they're not in colour order. So I'm thinking maybe popping them in a case might help, you know, but I find getting them in and out of the elastics a pain, but I think I'll still use them more even though that's annoying. But I asked a friend which cases she recommended and she gave me some recommendations, so I'm having a think. It's actually not massively long until my birthday, so I'm trying not to buy too many things because people want ideas. So right, so that is the basic silvery grey all around, and I just want to go around the edge in black. As I say, I'm going to grab this Chromaflow because it's got a nice sharp point and it's just called black. Okay. Now I don't want it too black, that sounds silly. I just want a bit of a edge like that. I don't know how well, oh, I've missed that bit completely. Now, let's pop the grey in there. Oops, I just want to go around the edge a bit so that this is a bit of a contrast. And there's no shine because I haven't left any white, but I could potentially draw some in with white pen if I felt it was necessary, but I don't know if it is. I'm just gonna extend all of the black lines a little bit with this black pencil. I'm using it, as I say, quite lightly so it doesn't look as black as the line. That's how I want it. It'll take me a while to just get around this, but we're nearly done, so be patient and then you'll see what I'm going to do with my white pen. I can't remember if Derwent bleeds into white pen or not, so that'll be fun. I'm just getting my arm caught on all my pencils while my cardigan sleeve. I did investigate what my post was as well, and it was a lot of leaflets, so I've left it on the doormat. There's about 6 of them strewn all over the place, so I'm sure they'll all go straight into the paper recycling bin. But I'll have a quick look. Usually we get some takeaway leaflets. I always throw those away before anyone can see them. Don't want them thinking they can have a takeaway. The boys have 2 a year. When it's their birthday, they both choose one. They always choose a different one each. I don't know if it's part of the plans they can have 2. I don't think it is. One of them likes Indian food and one of them likes a pizza. So very different. So, but they do enjoy the other. So they'll have pizza one day and Indian the other. I don't partake. I like pizza, but I like pizza I make. I don't like shop bought pizza, and I can't eat chili, so I can't do Indian. So I don't like to risk it really, because I have so many things that upset my tummy that I'd rather just cook myself and know that it's all okay. It's healthier too, which is a bonus, of course. But yeah, I'm trying to increase our range of fruit and veg a little bit. We have lots of different ones, but it's supposed to be really good to have as many as you can. And but the supermarkets have running short of salad at the minute. There's a bit of a shortage. It may have passed by the time this video goes out, but apparently there have been some bad weather in Spain where we get a lot of our tomatoes and things out of season, and so there hasn't been any. And also peppers, like bell peppers or capsicums depending on where you come from, and cucumbers have been short in supply. I managed to buy a cucumber yesterday. I put cucumber in the lunch boxes, so I grabbed one, but I couldn't get any peppers, which I love, so we'll just have to manage, you know. We always knew actually, when we've had shortages before at supermarkets, partly due to supply chain problems, partly due to other things, and we just have to manage, and we do. Now, her headband, I'm thinking I might just do it a slightly lighter purple. I'm looking at what I have got. I've got a Mars Violet. I think that might be a nice choice. This is from the Derwent Drawing set. I just wanted it to be a little bit softer than that dark purple. And this is a little bit softer in colour. Trying to make it a bit darker on the edge and lighter in the middle. I probably should have sharpened this, but never mind. It's there. There we go. Now the stars, I'm wondering whether to do them in silver pen or a purple glitter or something like that. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to use my Gellyroll 10 to just put in the white marks where I want white on these gemstones. I'm sort of going over the black marks that Hannah's drawn on them, which helps to guide me really. I could do with scribbling this out. It's getting the nibs discoloured with purple. That's better. There we go. And put some on these as well. And you can see how we can sort of cheat and make them look all shiny without having to do too much work. There we go. I don't think we need any anywhere else, but we do need to do these stars. I think a purple glitter pen will do the job. I do have some stickers, but I don't have purple, so bear with me. Right, I am back with my Stardust glitter pens, and I'm just going to grab out the purple, which is here. I don't think it's quite as dark and intense as the gemstones we've done, but that's probably a good thing. So I'm just going to colour in the stars. I was just thinking while I was grabbing them that this was supposed to be a really quick video, and then I was going to pop out to town. I've got to post a parcel and grab my husband's prescription, and I've been going on for ages. It's been fun. I got carried away. I thought, oh, I'll just do the face. Oh no, I'll do a bit more. Oh, I'll add a bit more. Fun. So this is quite a different shade of purple. It seems to be a bit more pink in it, or red in it, than the very dark one that I've used. But I think that's absolutely fine. Now you notice I haven't even contemplated writing my name. No. I am a bit naughty for that. I do in Johanna's books because there's a line to write on, but I haven't done it in here. But I might do, but just not on camera because that's scary. So there we are. That's the last sort of finishing touch. Now if you want to, you could do some dots around. You could write your name in the sparkly pen, which I think would be perfect, but no, I'm not going to. I'm too much of a coward. I'll get brave, but just not today. Right, there we go. So again, a really big thank you to Ellie for the book. It's beautiful, as are all Hannah's books. I feel very lucky to have it. And yeah, so that's me for today. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a fabulous day and happy colouring.